Hey guys, this is Wolf Naruto learned the Flying Thunder Guard Part 1. It's going to be coming out every Tuesday until it's finished, and the Uzumaki What If is going to be coming out every Thursday until it's finished, hopefully. So without further ado, roll the intro. Naruto's in the Hokage's library with Lord Third. It was October 10th, Friday, and Naruto's 4th birthday. The Hokage wanted to give Naruto a gift, and he had said, "You can learn one jutsu from my library." Naruto immediately went to the corner where there was a large scroll, and he opened it. "This one," Naruto said, showing the Hokage a jutsu labeled Flying Thunder God. Naruto knew where it was because he had often looked at it while helping Lord Third every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays he helped out in the hospital. "You won't be able to learn that," the Hokage said. "Please," Naruto pleaded. The Hokage thought for a minute. "Okay, but if you can't learn it, you can't pick a different jutsu," Lord Third, thinking that this would deter Naruto. "Okay," Naruto said cheerfully. They'd spent all of that day and the next day practicing it. It was almost time for them to stop when Naruto disappeared and reappeared next to the kunai he was aiming for. "No way," Lord Third said. It had been 2 full days and Naruto hadn't shown any sign of aptitude for the jutsu. Hiruzen had been just about to tell Naruto to give up. "I guess we're done for today, and you don't need me anymore. Keep practicing this jutsu on your own. Oh, and Naruto, you are the very first person to learn this jutsu this young. Not even the 4th Hokage managed to learn it when he was this young." Naruto smiled and headed back to his apartment. He didn't even eat dinner, he just went straight to bed. As soon as his head hit the pillow, he was sleeping. When Naruto woke up, he went straight to the Hokage's office after getting ready. "Good, there you are, Naruto. I didn't see you yesterday," Lord Third replied without looking up. "What do you mean? You helped me train yesterday," Naruto replied, confused. "No, that was the day before yesterday," Lord Third replied. "You mean I've been sleeping for a whole day?" Naruto said incredulously. That Flying Thunder God must have taken a lot out of him, Hiruzen thought. "Anyway, help me with this paperwork. It needs to be sorted," Lord Third said. After Naruto was done helping Lord Third, he went to the training ground to practice his Flying Thunder God, but someone else was already there. He went up to the person and said, "Hey, that's a cool jutsu. It sounded like a ton of birds," Naruto said. The guy replied. "Well, excuse me, I was wondering if you could show me how to use that jutsu." "No," Kakashi replied. "Fight me. If I can land one hit on you, will you teach me how to use it?" The jutsu, Naruto said, determinedly. "Fine, but FYI, I'm an Anbu, so don't get your hopes up about hitting me," Kakashi replied. Naruto rushed in and got punched away. After a couple of minutes of this, Kakashi said, "Give up, you'll never touch me." Naruto got back up and started concentrating really hard. After about 3 minutes, Naruto disappeared and reappeared in front of Kakashi, landing one solid punch, but still getting smacked away. Kakashi looked incredulous. He'd only ever seen one person use that jutsu, and he'd fallen for it that time too. Where did he learn it, Kakashi thought. "Can we start training tomorrow?" Naruto asked, interrupting Kakashi's train of thought. "Fine," Kakashi said, turning away. "Good," Naruto said, and then collapsed. Time skip. 2 years. Naruto had been training with Kakashi more than just the Chidori. He'd also learned the Shadow Clone Jutsu, Vacuum Bullet, lots of Water, Wind, and Lightning Jutsu, and many Fun Jutsu trademarks of his clan. "What kind of summon animal would you like to have?" Kakashi had asked one day while they were training. "I have dogs, but I was just wondering what kind you would like to have." Naruto thought for a couple of seconds, and then replied, "Snakes are cool." Kakashi said, "Okay," and then they'd finished their training. "Later, big bro," Naruto said before running off. Flashback. Kakashi had told Naruto that he knew his parents. After that, Naruto had asked who his parents were, and Kakashi replied, "I'll tell you when you get strong enough to defend yourself." Kakashi just said ever since then, Naruto referred to Kakashi as big bro. End of flashback. The next day, Kakashi gave Naruto a large scroll and a bag. "Just for you. The scroll is to show you how to reverse summon to Raichi Cave, and the bag is because you might need it to stay a day or two." Naruto thanked Kakashi and performed some hand signs, and then disappeared in a puff of smoke. He should be okay, Kakashi thought, trying to reassure himself. Naruto's perspective. Naruto appears in a misty location, then advances through all the 3 trials of Ryuchi Cave and meets the Snake Sage. He asks for a snake summoning contract. The snakes recommend a snake by the name of Garga as a personal summon. 15 minutes later, Naruto arrived at a large red cave. Something was there, he could tell. "Hello? Gargra?" Naruto called into the gloom. "What do you filthy human want?" Gargra responded angrily. His eyes still hurt from being betrayed. "I wanted you to be my summoning," Naruto responded. There was no response. Naruto's eyes widened as he jumped back. A second later, the snake bit a chunk out of the ground where Naruto was standing. Naruto's mind was racing, and suddenly he stopped as a smile spread across his face. "Hey Gargra, I have a deal for you. A fight between you and me. If I win, you have to do whatever I want." "And if I win," Gargra interrupted, "well, I'll be dead, so I guess you can get to eat me." "Well then, start!" Gargra said while striking at Naruto. Naruto dodged and created a ton of shadow clones, which all scattered. The fight lasted all day. It ended when the rest of the Naruto clones used a water jutsu and sealed in scrolls to trap Gargra in a water-style gigantic water prison and electrocute him with a bit of lightning chakra. "Okay, kill me," Gargra said. "No," Naruto said, placing his hand on Gargra's head. "Time reversal technique." He picked this up after watching a couple of Anbu do it while interrogating someone. A few seconds later, Naruto removed his hand. He understood the pain Gargra felt, the betrayal, and the question, why? "First of all, your name is no longer Gargra. It's now Dorikyu, which means Drake. Second, you're now my personal summon. And third, I'm going to fix your eye." Naruto returned from Ryuchi Cave and started studying cells. For his birthday, he asked the third Hokage, "Can I have a vial of Hashirama cells?" Naruto knew about this because he had often wandered deep into the hospital and found a small room with a ton of vials that were labeled Hashirama cells. Naruto studied up on them and realized that Hashirama had a very great healing ability. "How do you know that, Naruto?" Hiruzen said, disturbed. "Well, I do help out in the hospital a lot, and I read up upon cellular restoration. It's because my summon is half-blind," Naruto explained after getting a look from Hiruzen. "A summon? He already has a summon," Hiruzen thought. "Fine, but the cells are notoriously hard to keep alive, so don't tell anyone about me giving it to you." "Thank you, Lord Third." "Don't thank me just yet," Hiruzen said. He was thinking of something, and besides, even if Naruto got the cell, he probably couldn't even keep it alive, so what's the harm in it? Naruto was walking home. He had a vial in his hand. Lord Third had made Naruto babysit his grandson for an entire day. He didn't think Lord Third would drop that low, but that didn't matter. He had the cells. Now all he was needed was Dorikyu's eye cells. Naruto reverse summoned to Ryuchi Cave and returned within an hour. He added the eye cells to the Hashirama cells and added them into a jar of water mixed with Naruto's chakra. After about 2 months, Naruto checked on the cells. They had merged into one, and Naruto then injected them into Dorikyu's right eye. Now, 1 cell. Dorikyu's eye had grown back, but with some added benefits. First of all, his chakra signature morphed to match Naruto. Second, his healing capabilities skyrocketed. And third, his personality also changed. He became less aggressive and referring to Naruto as master or often senpai, though he still kept his reverse scale and was able to use poison. Time skip. Graduation from academy. During this time, in the academy, Naruto had stayed at the top of his class. He rarely attended school, but instead sending a shadow clone in his place. He only ever showed up for taijutsu bouts where he was forced himself to lose to Sasuke. People didn't really notice Naruto because he kept to himself, but he didn't mind that, so he just kept on training. Ruku called out the team, so when it got to Team 7, he said, Naruto Uzumaki, Sakura Haruno, and Sasuke Uchiha. Ugh, I don't want to be on a team with Naruto. No one does, Sakura complained. And no one wants to be on a team with someone who's useless, Naruto retorted. But you don't hear me complaining. Sakura's face turned tomato red. She got out of a chair and marched over to Naruto and tried to punch him. Naruto caught her fist, twisted her arm, and pushed her back onto Kiba. Kiba looked like he was going to say something, but Sakura got up before he could. She looked at Naruto. Before she did anything, Naruto responded. You might want to go back to your seat before you embarrass yourself any further, Naruto responded. Sakura marched back to her seat and stared at her desk. The Jonin came and took their squads, and Team 7 was the last one. Naruto pulled out a scroll and started reading. When Kakashi arrived, Naruto said without looking up, You're late, big bro. Naruto put away his book and looked up at Kakashi. Big bro, Sasuke asked. Yeah, Kakashi's like my big brother. Okay, let's go to the roof, Kakashi said and disappeared. Naruto also disappeared a few seconds later. Sasuke was a tiny bit jealous. He just asked Naruto to show him how to do that. When they got to the roof, Naruto and Kakashi were already there. Sasuke resigned to ask Naruto how fast he did it later. He thought again. He was, even at his speed, he shouldn't have been able to be there as fast as he was. When they told their dislikes, Sakura said her likes and looked at Sasuke. She said her dislikes and looked at Naruto. Naruto said his likes are training, his dislikes are Sakura, and his goal/dream was to kill the person who had killed his parents. Only death will stop me from killing them, Naruto said defiantly. Sasuke was shocked at how similar he and Naruto were. The next, Sasuke went, and then Kakashi told them to meet up at the training ground the next day. Okay, start, Kakashi yelled. Immediately Naruto found Sasuke and Sakura hiding in the trees. He said to them, Look, you guys, I know you guys don't like me, but this exam is designed to make us fail. Also, not a single person has passed Kakashi's exam, so the only way to pass it is to work together. Oh, so how do you suppose we do that? Naruto started smiling.